Commando exploded onto the big screen in 1985 and was directed by Mark Lester. Commando cost $10 million to produce and went on to make $57 million worldwide, making it a box office hit. 1985 was a big year for the action genre, as that year also saw the release of First Blood Part 2, which made $300 million worldwide but received negative review from the critics. Their biggest complaint was the film glamorised violence and had a high body count of 69. Then Commando came along and smashed that number with a high body count of 81. Of course, Commando did not make as much money as First Blood Part 2, as that film was a sequel to a popular movie from 1982. Believe it or not, there was a small range of merchandise available for the film that was released in 1986 by Diamond Toys. The film's rated 18, it's aimed at adults, not children, so it's a little strange why they would make action figures. But hey, it was the 80s! For the cast, of course, we have Arnold Schwarzenegger as Colonel John Matrix. He has retired from his profession and is now living with his daughter. Somehow his house is full of guns and it looks like he's been preparing for a small war. Arnie performed many of the stunts himself, as the producer found it difficult to find a stunt double for him. This led Arnie making several visits to the hospital in order to get patched up. Ray Dawn Chong plays Cindy, who gets pulled into the situation and helps Matrix get his daughter back. She does have one of the best moments in the film. Vernon Wells plays Bennett, who came in late to the production after replacing another actor. Best known for his role in Mad Max 2, Wells has become a popular choice for villain over the years. Wells has stated that his character was in love with Matrix, but at the same time he hates him and he wants to kill him. The costume that he wears throughout the film of tight leather and chains was too tight and it didn't fit him properly, as it was made for the actor that he replaced. But he does look a bit like Freddie Mercury on steroids. David Patrick Kelly plays Sully, a slimeball who is a cocky little prick and he soon gets on Matrix's bad side. But he does have one of the most hilarious death cries ever.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Matrix. You did.
I lied.
David is best known for his role in The Warriors, but has appeared in films such as The Crow and John Wick. Bill Duke plays Cook, one of the henchmen hired to take out Matrix. Of course, a lot of people recognise Bill from his role as Mac in Predator. And finally, we have the late great Bill Paxton have a minor role as an intercept officer. And let me tell you, it's always great to see Bill Paxton in a movie. The film opens up with all of John's former members of his unit being killed off. His superior, General Kirby, then informs him of the bad news and the leaked information on their whereabouts. Kirby warns Matrix that the killer's next target is him. The mercenaries, led by Bennett, who faked his own death, then attack John at his home within minutes of being informed and kidnap his daughter Jenny. Matrix puts up a good fight, but is soon overpowered and captured. Matrix is then brought before their leader Arius, who is the former dictator of Valverde. He wants Matrix to assassinate the current president so he can once again take power. With his daughter's life on the line, Matrix reluctantly agrees. He quickly figures out a way to escape and to plan his mission to rescue his daughter before time runs out. The late James Horner composed the score for the film. He was a popular choice at the time thanks to his work on Krull, 48 Hours and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Just like a lot of James Horner's music, he borrows sounds and elements from his previous scores. The score is okay, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it does have a good mix of saxophones, flutes, drums and of course synthesizers. But I do find the score overbearing in some scenes when there's not really a lot going on. I saw Commando in the late 90s on VHS and I remember having a blast with this movie. It had loads of action and a high body count. I couldn't have asked for more. The action is so over the top. The film has a campy tone to it. And of course, we've got Arnie giving us some cheesy one-liners.
What'd you do with Sully?
I let him go. Let off some steam, Bennett.
Commando is a fun and entertaining movie. Yes, the plot is paper thin, and the film has the worst continuity errors imaginable, such as the car magically repairing itself, the use of stuntmen who were killed off in the previous scene, and you can clearly see the mannequins when Arnie blows up the place. But what an explosion! But the film doesn't expect the audience to treat it as a serious action film. It has some good humour, along with some great punch-ups and a kick-ass shootout. Commando was sold as an Arnie action flick, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. The standout villains for me are Sully and Bennett. Sully is a total creep and a cocky little shit, but at the same time you can't wait for Matrix to get his revenge on him. Bennett doesn't have the physical stature to beat Matrix, but what makes the character unnerving is his personality, because Bennett is fucking nuts. But at the same time, he can be seen as a bumbling idiot, as we see him smash through a boarded window. The famous suit-up scene is one of the most iconic sequences in the film. It's badass! And it lets you know that Matrix is ready to take out anybody who gets in his way. So if you have a quiet evening and you're in the mood for a cheesy 80s action film, grab a takeaway, a couple of beers, and stick on Commando. Job done. My rating for Commando is 7 out of 10. If you've enjoyed the review, please subscribe and hit the like button to help make the channel grow. Somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna pay. Thanks for watching the real reviews.
Right?
Wrong.